Hello and welcome to the Evercade Retreat. My name is Gene J and today I'm talking about the announced today Toaplan Arcade Collection 4. This is clearly, well, for anyone who has been following the Blaze social media, they gave 4 clues to upcoming carts earlier. The 2 that have been remaining are Expected But Welcome and the Wild Card. Well, this is clearly the Expected But Welcome. I've been expecting this, although to be honest I didn't really expect it until early next year. I figured coming so soon after Toaplan 3 it might be, I figured Blaze might wait for it, but again with the release of the alpha it makes sense. So yeah, not entirely surprised, but yeah, in my opinion a very welcome one. I'm a big fan of the Toaplan games. I haven't done the rankings of them, mostly because there's a couple of games I still need to finish off them. Essentially I'm trying to 1cc Truxton and not getting very far, so I might just have to save state my way through it, play through it to kind of do my ranking and then work on the 1ccing it gradually, because it's probably a tall order because I'm not all that great at shoot 'em ups. Anyway, we have Toaplan 4. It is 6 games and this I believe pretty much uses up the remainder of Toaplan's library, so I don't think there'll be a Toaplan 5. They have produced other games, but I believe they were published by other people, and yeah, I think they did something about Data East and a few other companies, so I'd imagine those games would probably be released under those banners, and they're older ones as far as I'm aware as well. So anyway, on this collection we have Doggy-In, which is a vertical scrolling shoot 'em up with a sci-fi theme. Seems very impressive, seems pretty good. Took me a bit of getting used to the way the weapons work and things, but yeah, I kind of got a slightly Truxton-like feel from it. It didn't resonate with me as quickly as Truxton did, but yeah, it seems very good. And next we have Grindstormer, which again, also a sci-fi based vertically scrolling shoot 'em up. And yet this actually seemed better to me than Doggy-In. Again, this is my gameplay here. I didn't do particularly well on my first go on it, but yeah, it seemed like it could be good fun. Didn't strike me as much as say Batsugan did, but it seems like a very good game. I think it's already off to a good start. Knuckle Bash is a apparently a wrestling themed take on the beat 'em up according to the Evercade website. It plays to me like a bit of a cross between your final fights and your combat tries. You haven't quite so big levels as your final fights or your Streets of Rage. They are smaller, almost more arena based, and it feels more like a Toaplan game than a typical beat 'em up. Yes, it doesn't feel like a Capcom beat 'em up or Konami beat 'em up. It's got a very distinct feel to it from the little I've played of it. Seems like it could be quite good. How long it is or how challenging, no idea, but fun enough certainly for giving it a good try. Now, Snow Bros 2 is one I'd actually heard was pretty poor. I think I've read somewhere or heard somewhere that it was probably the worst Toaplan game ever made. I'm not sure if there's much basis to that, but what I played it seemed like it could be pretty good. Didn't strike me as much as the first Snow Bros or Snow Brothers, whatever you would call it. But yeah, it seems like it could be a pretty decent one. Although, if you're not into these single screen elimination platformers, whatever you want to call them, then yeah, I'm sure this won't change your mind. Pippi and Bibbies will be an interesting one to see how it comes across on the arcade, because in the arcade it's a slightly naughty arcade game. Between levels, when you beat the levels you get slightly risque pictures, a bit like Glass was on the arcade, but obviously they were edited out to remove the naughtiness, if you like. And I don't think the game will be missing anything from not having that. It seems okay. It took me a bit of a minute to kind of work out what was going on, how to play things, but it seems like it could be pretty good. Possibly the weak link here. Well, except for the next one. Sky Shark is the NES port of Flying Shark, and I understand why Blaze have included a console port on here, because it's something I actually discussed on the Evercade Discord. It seemed like there'd be 5 arcade games they could put on here. They'd need some sort of console port to round it out. Now, I only played this one a bit, but it didn't strike me as a good version, and we've already got, the arcade version on another cart. Whereas if they'd had a Mega Drive port of one of the games, they might have been closer to the arcade, although maybe there's rights issues with those. For example, I know Warden has a Mega Drive port, which is, adapted from the arcade, and it's changed up a bit more, as is the Mega Drive Zero Wing, with its notorious meme-worthy intro sequences. So I'm surprised that wasn't included over this one, but maybe there'll be some dual combo unlocks for like the VS and for the Alpha. Maybe there'll be more than one. There's one for Toaplan 1 and 2, maybe there's one for 2 and 3, and one for 3 and 4 or something. Maybe some of these other versions, Zero Wing on the Mega Drive or Trucks on the Mega Drive, maybe they'll be included in there somewhere. Who knows? I think there'll be a strong collection and more varied than Toaplan 3, although that does have some absolutely fantastic games on it and I'm looking forward to playing those properly. I'm also looking forward to this one, and that will essentially make Evercade the best place to play Toaplan games. Pretty much the complete collection, all in one place. So yeah, I'm happy with this announcement. I'll be keen to see what gets announced in the next couple of days. But anyway, that's enough for this video. Don't need to be too much. I just wanted to give each game a play and share some, initial thoughts on them. And I think this cart is going to be a pretty strong one. And yeah, who knows how good this year is going to finish up.